I've always believed God's had a great sense of humor. Probably the first thing you thought of tonight was, boy, Greg looks just like his dad. But of course, it's not true because I'm French. I'll let that sink in. On behalf of Greg's family, the Lewis family, and especially Greg and his mother Brenda, we would like to thank Winthrop for such a surprising and flattering gesture. As Brenda said long ago when Greg made his decision over several other schools, I always believed that Winthrop and the athletic department and the coaches had Greg's best interest at heart. When Greg was considering where to attend after junior college in Texas, I asked him to consider the school that would be in a location and with people that he would enjoy living with if he made a name for himself. Well, Greg lives in Charlotte, North Carolina, so obviously you are his extended family, and I'm grateful to you for that. Greg has a little letter here that he wanted me to read. I just got it a few minutes ago, so I'm not really well versed on it, but I do want to say one other thing. It is such a miracle to see just how much God has done in his life to bring him this far. 15 years, 20 years, I don't know how long ago, a young man over there named Dante Booker, if you would stand just for a minute, Dante, even though you're filming for me, kind of gives me comic relief here. Dante was the one that introduced me to Greg so that he would play on our AAU basketball team. The young man right next to him, Steve Sorensen, is also from Akron, Ohio, and he also played on those early Team Jam AAU basketball teams. Team Jam stands for Jesus' Athletic Ministry, and it was a ministry that was used to help young men transition from some really difficult backgrounds into a life of purpose, life following God, and of course education and a career. And we're really excited to see that it took place here at Winthrop, the culmination of all that. And tonight is just the crowning moment. So on behalf of Greg, I would like to read this for you. First of all, I would like to say thank you to the committee for selecting me for such a prestigious award. I would love to be there with you tonight to accept this honor in person, but I'm currently still being blessed to play the game I love and provide support for my beautiful daughter, Naya. I am now playing professionally in Argentina for a team called Monte Hermoso. Winthrop has helped open so many doors in my life since I graduated back in 2002, and I could not have finished school without the help and guidance from my coaches and athletic department administration. They made sure I knew that basketball may not always be there for me and emphasized how important it was to stay on your books and learn as much as possible so that I would have something else to fall back on, and boy, that has come in handy. I didn't play professionally right away after graduation. I actually became a probation officer for a few years. That opened my eyes to the real world and encouraged me to find my way on my own. My Winthrop experience helped me with that transition. Even though we received guidance in college, Winthrop taught me and my teammates that we had to make decisions for ourselves. I didn't always make the right decisions, but people at the university saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, and I thank them wholeheartedly. Winthrop helped me to always try to make the right decision and to realize that the consequences of our decisions are much greater as an adult and could affect others. I have many, many great memories from my years at Winthrop, and to this day I share those memories when I talk to youth and encourage them to go to college. At Winthrop, I was able to learn about the game of basketball from a great coach, such as great Greg Marshall. He is still the best coach I've ever had as an amateur or a professional. He always instilled in us that life is just a game, just like basketball. Once we learn to play the game and play it the right way, we will be successful. That has stuck with me since I left Winthrop and has helped me as I continue playing the great game I love. Once again, thank you for this great honor, and always be connected to Winthrop University. And I want to add one other thing. The journey with Greg started when he didn't graduate from high school because his grades were too low and he didn't have enough credits. So he had to go one more year of high school, 5th year. And it just so happened that the only school we could find where it would work out is a school that was about a 40-minute drive away by car. But to get there, he had to take a bus. He had to first walk down to the end of the street, then take a bus into downtown Akron, then take a bus outside of Akron to as far as it would go, and then he needed to pick up a ride, which happened to be my father and one of his friends who would shuttle him the last 15 minutes. I didn't think it was that big a deal, so one morning I took my 2-year-old son and I decided to walk the journey with Greg. So we started at his house and we walked to the edge of the street, and then we took the bus downtown, then we switched buses, and my little boy's having a good time riding the bus, and then we finished riding the bus an hour and 45 minutes later. and then we rode the 15 minutes from there into the school. There he was the only African American in the school, and we had to find somebody who would make lunches for him every day, provide his uniform, the money for his uniform, raise money for his tuition, and that was just to start the first day. He did that for a full year. 2 hours out, 2 hours back. It's a long journey. It's great to see it end here.